Welcome. Talking about the two-handed backhand. We're talking about Agassi's two-handed backhand. Someone requested this, and this is the video I'm going to do. I'm not going to show you in this video. I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to show you any backhands because you don't need to see a backhand. Ideally, you can copy people's backhands, but just think about it. Agassi didn't copy anyone's backhand. Djokovic hasn't copied anyone's backhand. Alcaraz, etc. down the line, they all have their own backhand, which we call the Agassi backhand or the Djokovic backhand. And you want to do the same thing. But specifically, Agassi's backhand, I'm going to talk about some of the things that if you want to hit the ball like Agassi, this is what you would do. You want to be able to play, which I've talked in other videos, left-handed. This is an exercise that you have to master in order to play a backhand like Agassi. There's no exceptions. You must master playing with your offhand in lots of different situations until you say you can feel comfortable. So when you watch these videos with other people playing with their offhand and they look confident, they say they're confident, they can control the ball. Really what you're looking at is essentially, can you keep the ball in play? Can you hit it with some speed and some accuracy? And then again, if you feel comfortable enough, then you've mastered it. And there might be guys out there that say that, well, I didn't do that growing up. You have to understand, all these guys that have been playing tennis since they were 5 or 4, they played so much tennis. They played so much sports, ball sports, doing all kinds of exercises. They don't even remember what they did. And then now they've gotten to a point where they can pretty much do whatever they want. If you do the same thing, then assuming that you have a similar makeup, then you'll be just like them. So these guys that you see on YouTube and professionals, etc., they don't even know. They can't tell you what they did, like accurately. They can't tell you because, again, as I said, they were just, this is all they did. But I'm telling you in this video, that's one of the things that if you want to do this the quickest way, that's you have to master that. The second thing that you have to do is you have to learn how to play a one-handed backhand. And I'm not even going to say that you have to do this, but again, it's part of the process. If you master the one-handed backhand, you will start to move towards, say, like an Agassi backhand, which, stick with me because I'm going to get into specifically what Agassi's backhand or why it's different. But these are the fundamentals. You got to be able to play with your offhand and your right hand with a one-handed backhand. Slice, flat, topspin, doesn't matter. All of it. You have to basically be able to say, I can play with my one-handed backhand pretty confidently, competitively. It doesn't have to be like your main go-to, but you have to be able to play with it and feel confident with it. To say you can play one-handed backhand. Everyone that I know, everyone that I've met that has a really good two-handed backhand can play both a one-handed and a two-handed and can play with their offhand somewhat decently. Now, specifically for in regards to Agassi's backhand, Agassi was a aggressive baseliner. He was an aggressive player from the baseline, forehand and backhand, almost on every shot. It was either aggressive with the targets, but primarily if he gets a ball in his strike zone or like that's lower, we should say, or that he can take off the rise, he's being aggressive with it. So what he's doing is this: speed. He has hand speed. He has the hand, and you could even say that he rotates through the ball as quickly as he can. But it's the rotation and it's the hand speed that he has. Particularly, it's the hand speed. It's really both combined. And that's what made Agassi's backhand so unique, or we could say so exceptional compared to everybody else. So if you compare his backhand to, say, Djokovic or Alcaraz or Sinner or anyone else, yes, they have hand speed as well. They're moving quickly, but not to the degree that Agassi did. Now, they probably could if they wanted to, but their game style, if we take Djokovic, his game style isn't as aggressive as Agassi's was. Can he be aggressive at times? Sure. but Agassi was aggressive all the time. So if you want to play a backhand, like Agassi, what we're looking at is the offhand mastery, the one-handed backhand mastery, and the speed mastery. And you have to play like that more than usual. You have to want to be an aggressive baseliner. And here's the thing. These are things that have to be trained. You can't come out and copy that. You have to have done this. Going back to the players I talked about, the players that can't really explain this, and even if they try to, they really don't know, because they did this over a long period of time without thinking about it. And that's really what you should be doing as well. Not thinking about where your hand is, where your racket head is, this and that. And I mean, these are quick fixes, but at the end of the day, those three fundamentals, if you work those to a point that you have them built into your system, you will hit a backhand like Agassi. It might not look like Agassi's, but the result will look like Agassi's. So to sum this up, you have to have the basics. You have to be able to play with your left hand, your offhand. You have to be able to play with your right hand, a one-handed backhand. You have to be able to put the two together. And you have to be able to do that in all different scenarios, ideally. Meaning what? Playing half volleys, playing cross court, playing down the line, playing backhand only, playing left-hand backhand only, playing one-handed backhand only, meaning you're running to your right and you're not hitting forehands. You have to be able to play inside out with all the things I mentioned. Moving forward, moving to the side, moving backwards, all the different variations. You have to have the speed. You have to have the frequency speed down. You have to be able to do these things at higher speeds. Then you have to have the strength. You have to have a certain level of strength, which you can do on the court, you can do in the gym, and then all these things combined. And then the last thing, incorporating this into the backhand, what I would do, a basic exercise that would be a basic one, would be playing backhands from the back of the court through the baseline with a target deep in the court and trying to hit to that target through the baseline in an aggressive manner. And that's the last exercise, implementing this into the game.